going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But, of course, you have to do your own research. But, guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto doing exactly what was expected. As the stock market opens, we pull back. Now we have Bitcoin futures premium hit 18-month high. And we know that's coming from BlackRock, Fidelity, filing of spot Bitcoin ETFs. Now we have the mainstream media pushing that a Bitcoin ETF is most likely going to happen. And we know when the mainstream media is pushing a message, that's what the NWO wants us to look at while they're working on something else. So guys, we definitely got to let it play out. So get your popcorn. All these big banks and big funds are not applying at the same time for any reason, especially when we see Grayscale have a lawsuit, and then also Coinbase is fighting the SEC, and all these big companies just happen to use Coinbase as their surveillance partner. We know something is up. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates down. We have the dollar up. We have volume in crypto, which is down. Then, of course, guys, we have Tether USDC. And we have Hong Kong urged to issue stablecoins to compete with Tether and USDC. And, guys, remember, stablecoins are nothing but a representation of the actual fiat that you're using. Like Tether, USDC is pegged to the dollar. And of course, once Hong Kong has its stablecoin, it's going to be pegged to the digital yuan. So there's no reason to pay attention to the actual stablecoins because we know these central banks are going to peg them to the real currency. And of course, that's going to be the CBDC, which is replacing the fiat currencies. And then of course, guys, we have the Fed. We had Monday repo at 1.9 trillion. Like I stated, guys, wherever this repo is going, you can pretty much see where the markets are going. And guys, do not forget, the central banks are raising rates and run out the balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Now, guys, we have India negotiates cross-border CBDC payments with global central bank. And guys, we know if it wasn't for digital currencies, it would almost be impossible, or it would take forever to get off the United States dollar because you have so many in circulation. But because money is going to be digital, they can do it out of thin air. Trillions and trillions of stable coins or CBDCs. And because the payments are going to be faster and cheaper, it speeds up adoption. And we know the emerging markets and the Middle East are ready to get off the United States dollar. They're already prepared to get off of it. But remember, guys, this is part of a plan. It moves in phases. And we see the same thing with the machine takeover. And then also we see the same thing with privacy being removed. We can see the banking crisis. We can see commercial property. These big, giant commercial buildings are now empty. And I don't care what state you go to. So like the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab states, we're in a fragmented world. They're trying to break everything up in this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. And those who are conscious, we are witnessing history right in front of our eyes. And that's the reason why, guys, it's so important to spread this channel, like, subscribe, spread the information, because you do not want to be caught on the wrong side of history. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale sent about $26.2 billion. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, and we have the Binance movie continues. We have Binance Australia office searched by regulator as part of a derivative probe. And guys, we know exchanges are nothing but banks. And right now, Binance is the #1 bank in crypto. And we know that's not how it's going to end. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Meta Twitter rival Thread to launch July 6th. Also, crypto Twitter will see less exposure on Google due to rate limit slash. And we know what the excuse is to get rid of the bots. But guys, we know the bots are taking over. Remember the whole purpose of the fourth industrial revolution. And we have Meta copying Twitter because, guys, remember, they want to bring in these social platforms, social credit, social shopping, social working. Remember the go. Now we have Denmark's financial watchdog orders Saxo Bank to shed its crypto holding. And guys, we know the EU regulations don't go into effect until the end of 2024. So they have plenty of time to clean it up. We know this is nothing but the Hegelian dialectic. And lastly, we have crypto-friendly DBS Bank launches digital yuan payment tool. And guys, all you have to do is go to the Belt and Road and see all the countries that are going to be involved. And then you'll see why all these countries are leaning over to China. But never forget the United States funded it all. And remember, Jay Clayton said it out his own mouth. But we're seeing the rise of China the Dragon with that digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.